Hey, brew tubers! Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Just had some updates to give you guys, and so I just wanted to talk about a few things. First, here's my oatmeal stout. I've had this on a few other episodes, so it's definitely a good beer and something I'll make again. I just wanted to give you guys a few updates, and maybe there, we'll switch that to the back. Maybe that's a little bit better. But I'll give you guys a few updates on my cider, my wine, spin plate project, Corona mill I just got, some grains I just got, SJ pour. I got my ingredients for that stuff. Also, I want to give a shout out to Newfound, to CQ01. I also hopped some cider. I also did some Applejack. At the end of this video, I'll do some tasting on my Applejack, and then maybe on Beer Fun Friday, I will sample my hopped up cider. But for now, I'm just gonna switch over to a few of my updates, and then I'll be back. Okay, here's my hard cider. There's my bottling bucket that I have sanitized. I've still got just a tad bit of star sand, but not much. And I dumped all the star sand in here where I have my hoses and all that kind of stuff. So the other thing I'm going to do and of course I just dropped it. Alright, sorry about this. I bought 2 cans of this that I thawed out. So that's what I'm going to use to prime it with. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tops of these sprayed down. I'm going to dump the apple juice in here and then start the siphon, and then I'll be back with you guys. Here's something else I did. I took my brew in the bags and wrapped it around my siphon and shoved it all the way down there. I'm hoping this will help filter out some of the hops and stuff. So we'll see how that works out. And if you look down here, you can see I dumped the apple juice in here, and now the cider siphon is starting. So go ahead and let that fill up and mix in. So there you have it. Not going to bore you with the details. I'll be back when this thing is finished and wrapped up. Alright, well, you can see this siphon's pretty much done now. I'm just going to let it empty. There's just a ton of, probably a little bit of yeast and lots and lots of hop material and stuff at the bottom. Hop material at the bottom there, so I'm not going to bother with it. And then from here, you can see, I got, I don't know if we can see this. Yeah, you can kind of see it's right up around in this area, so maybe, just a little over 5 gallons, which is pretty good. Considering I did 5.5 gallons, racked this off, dry hopped it, and then racked it again in the bucket, so I didn't lose too much. So now I'm just going to give this a light stir with my spoon, and then I'm going to probably let it sit for a good half an hour or so, just to kind of mix in and relax a little bit, and then I'm going to start bottling it. Okay, so let's give this a try. It's definitely pretty good. It's got a real nice alcohol kick to it, because like it said, it's 10.35%, and then I get a little bit of hop come through. So we'll let this stuff sit around for a while and see how well it carbonates and see how well it turns out. So there you go. There's my cider update and all my bottled cider. Okay, here's a few more updates. Now, I'd shown you guys my spin plate before, so here it is again. It's still a work in process, but I think it'll do its job for now. I just have this mounted to a board. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do with this stuff yet, but you can see I got the switch here that I can easily flip on. No problem at all. And then this guy I can turn. I'm just kind of putting pressure on it. You can kind of hear it's going faster. So that's ramped up to max speed, and then I can dial this back down. More than likely I'm going to be running this on low anyhow, so this isn't a big deal. But who knows, if I'm ever doing a huge batch, maybe I'll need to have it up a little bit higher. But you know, so far I think this will work for now. I know it's kind of crappy setup, but I think it'll do its job for now. Crank that back off. Okay. Then here's my new project. This is my Corona mill. And again, I haven't really figured out what to do with this yet, but I want to make a batch of beer in the next 3 or 4 days, so I need to figure it out soon. I have it hooked up to this barrel. I don't have anything glued down right now, but so you can see, I mean, I've got everything kind of hooked up. I don't have anything glued down or nailed down yet, but I'm thinking about maybe cutting off somewhere down here, and then buying a second bucket so that I can attach this Corona mill to this one, and then I'll be able to pop it off and just pop it into a bucket, grind the mill, and then pull it back out and have a bucket full of milled grain. And then this is my other thing I just got. So this bag here is full of a bunch of grain, unmilled, and then let me turn this around a little bit. Hold on, let me walk around this. And then I just picked this up. See if it'll focus, but it's basically just 2-row, and it's 50 pounds. So my homebrew store was having a 2-year anniversary, so they had 15% off. So what I did was I went ahead and bought all my ingredients for the SJ Pour experimental batch. So I just wanted to show you guys this update. I'll talk more about my experimental beer in a few minutes. I just want to give you guys updates on this real quickly. And then one more super fast update. You know, I did my wine video last week. It's been 7 days now. It smells real nice in here actually, but you can see I was going to take a reading today because it's been 7 days, but it's still going off every second to 2 seconds. So I'll give this another couple days to see if it slows down. Then I'll take a reading. And if it's down to the 1010 or lower, then I'm going to go ahead and rack it to carboy, and then I'll shoot a second part winemaking video. I may just shoot the racking part and then wait a couple of weeks to do the next part and call that part 2, because there's really not a whole lot involved in this next part. But there's a quick wine update. Alright, I hope you guys like those updates. Probably the wine, the more I think about it, tomorrow I'm probably going to, I will test it tomorrow and see where it's at. One thing I wanted to show you guys though, as you saw in my update, this is all Applejack. So my guess is, just like Sekiro once says, this is just a wild guess. It was 10.35, so who knows? We could say it's 20.7, or we could just say it's 20%. You know, I really have no idea. So, and I don't really have an appropriate beer glass, so being 20%, I just thought a nice little wine glass. And I'm not going to go crazy. So, there you have it though. I mean, and again, yeah, you guys probably can't see this too well, but let's say it's a little dark, but maybe some of you guys didn't notice when I made this, I made it with dark brown sugar, so that's part of the reason, but you know, let's give this a taste. You can definitely smell the alcohol in it. You know, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And shockingly, for being 20% or so, wow. You can smell the alcohol. But I tell you, this, it doesn't taste much stronger than my hard apple cider, so it's got a definitely actually a little bit better flavor to it. So this stuff I got to be careful with, because you know, drink a whole bottle of this and you could get hammered pretty fast. So I have a few more updates to show you guys, so maybe I'll just sip on this while I do it. So I'll be right back. Alright, something else I want to show you guys is I showed you guys my Corona mill earlier, but the thing I didn't show you, you know, I had the handle on here earlier, so I went out and bought a bolt to hook on here. So I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either going to buy a drill attachment nut that goes on the end of here, you know, that hooks up to a drill, or I'm going to use a Dremel and just cut the end off and then just hook the drill up to it. I really don't feel like hand cranking, you know, 12 to 14 pounds of grain. So yeah, I know it's lazy and all, but it is what it is. When I finish up this project too, I'll shoot a little video on what I did, because this thing right here, it was only $26 with free shipping for me. And then this is just a, I don't know if you can see it. You can't see crap in here, it's too dark. This is a $3 Lowe's bucket. And like I said, I may cut this bottom part and then buy another bucket and stuff, but hey, $6 in buckets, $26 mills, so $32 plus a little bit of labor, so under $35 when it's all said and done, and I got a mill. So I'll give that a shot, and I'll use this one for a while and maybe eventually upgrade to one of the nicer ones, but hopefully for now this one will do me good. And then something else I wanted to show you guys. I'll see if I can get a little better light. Let's see if I can get to the light here a little bit better. There you go. So this is the Brew Tubers experiment that SJ Pour is doing. Between Brew Tubers, YouTube, his Facebook page and stuff. We're doing a worldwide experiment where tons of people are brewing with similar ingredients. So, basically we're all using two-row, Maris Otter, wheat malt, Crystal 60L, and oats flaked. You can see in here my wheat malt. I went to my local homebrew store and they didn't have it, so I substituted red wheat flakes, which they said should give kind of a creamier head to it. The other thing I've never used before is agave nectar and brown sugar, in a recipe before, so those will be new things for me. I figured maybe that would just knock up the alcohol a little bit. And then I'm using Centennial, Cascade, and Citra. So just wanted to show that to you guys. There goes my light again. I tell you what, let me pop away for this a second, and then I'll finish my update with a little bit better light. Okay, to kind of wrap things up. So I showed you guys where I'm at with my cider. It's all bottled, over 5 gallons bottled. Then I took about a gallon, made some Applejack. Just took my 1 gallon batch, froze it overnight, flipped it over in a pitcher, let it drain out. If you've watched Q01, he did a similar thing. And so I tried it, and that's what this is here. And it's dangerous, but I tell you, it's pretty good. And if you're making 5 to 5.5 gallon batches like I did, hey, it doesn't kill you to take a gallon out of that and make some Applejack. Even a half gallon, whatever. Maybe you can make a couple pints of it or a liter. It's up to you. But you should always try it. That's what homebrew's all about. So just give it a shot. It's pretty good stuff. It's potent though. I may do what Q01 did too. I'm assuming he said his was 43%, something like that. So I'm assuming he froze it a second time. And maybe I'll give that a shot next time I make it. The only other thing I was going to say to you guys was, if you looked at my experiment that I just showed you guys, I use a software called Brew Target. They just came out with the 2.01 version where they fixed a bunch of bugs. But I want to give a big shout out to those guys, because on homebrewtalk.com we gave them tons and tons of feedback on their 2.0 version. And they took every single piece of feedback we gave them and they fixed everything they could, and they came out with the 2.01 release about a week or so ago. And it's definitely good software. And it's free. It would be nice if people could donate. I'm going to probably donate $5 or $10. They claim it goes to their PhD program or whatever. But I have used Beersmith before, and I used their trial period, and I thought that was good software too. But Brew Target's free, and also I can donate some money to those guys, and they seem like they're real good guys. So definitely a shout out to them. Let's see. Other than that, I think I'm just rambling at this point. So I will come up with some more updates. The other thing I'm thinking, when I do my all grain batch, maybe I'll tape it. Again, I don't have a camcorder, so I'm doing all this on my phone. So I'll see how it goes. Maybe I will try to do a video on all grain brewing. I'm going on about my 5th one. I've never done a video on it, so maybe it's time to do one. All the way from milling the grain to mashing in to batch barging to I can't even think of all the names right now of everything I do. Oh, I'm sorry, to vorloffing, to draining into your kettle, to boiling, to your hop times, all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll do one of those videos. So other than that, I think at this point I'm just rambling along. So the other thing I wanted to say was, let me take this off a second. You can see that it does say hockey. I'm a big hockey fan too, but the damn thing's backwards, isn't it? Oh, whatever. Yeah, whatever. So I'm a huge Michigan State fan, hence my name, Mr. Sparty 1995. I went to Michigan State and graduated from there in 1995. They are in the Sweet 16 for you that follow basketball. I'm hoping they make it further. And actually, I'm not a big fan of Michigan, but I am rooting on Michigan, Ohio State, and Indiana. I hope all the Big Ten teams get in the Final Four. That would be a first for a conference, and that'd be pretty sweet. But I'm really rooting for my Spartans. So other than that, I'll give you guys some more. I'll do a video on Beer Fun Friday, and other than that, I'll stop rambling along. So again, if you haven't done hard cider, if you haven't done Applejack, give it a try. It's very easy, very cheap, very easy thing to do. So cheers, happy Homebrew Wednesday, and I look forward to watching all your videos, and I'll talk to you guys later.